Welcome. In this session, we would focus on manufacturing industries in general and agro-based industries in particular. So let's first start with manufacturing as one of the major sectors of economy. So when we talk about the division of various sectors of economy, we have primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary pertains to the resources that can be directly obtained from nature, agriculture, fishery as some of those. Secondary is where you use the resources to actually manufacture something. So the industrial aspect comes under the secondary sector. So here we would focus on manufacturing or the secondary sector. Now, why there has been a need for industrialization? We have seen that India is predominantly an agricultural nation with more than 50% of the population dependent on agriculture. But why then industrialization is so important for a country like India? The major reason we can say is, even to grow agriculture, we require industrialization or industrial development. So industries would provide the requisite equipments for agriculture, and even the raw material which is coming from the agricultural sector can go into processing, and that is possible only if the industrial sector is well developed. Industries once developed are also an important sector for defense of the country. It helps us to bring in advanced technology, minimizing the losses, minimizing the dependence on traditional primitive methods or highly intensive labor activities. It also reduces the regional imbalance. Now, this is really important when we say regional imbalance. Regionalization is a very important part of economy. For example, I take a simple way to explain it. On the map of India, we can say these are the areas which are coal producing sectors, right? Now what would happen? Coal is bulky and hence the industries would be established to coal centers. So you would have all the industries which would depend on coal and iron directly or indirectly. So mainly the heavy industries, iron, steel and processing industries would develop in the vicinity of these areas. Let's say, assume the other areas which are core agricultural areas of the Indo-Gangetic Plain. If there are no industries in that case, what would happen? It would create a regional imbalance. A lot of labor would flow into these areas and there would be scarcity of labor here. Also, to maintain the equitable distribution of resources across the nation, there is a prerequisite that the regional development has to be well aligned. Once the industries develop, it also brings in a favorable balance of trade. Now, when we say favorable balance of trade, what is our idea? Our idea is to maintain exports greater than imports. And that then only we can have a positive trade balance. Otherwise, there would be a trade deficit if our imports are higher. Again, our idea is to reduce the dependence on foreign nations, and for that, industrialization and development within the territories of the country is very important. So India has a good potential with diversified resources, with huge population and large labor. Industries can be pretty successful in a country like India. Now, when we focus on where industries can come in, we can classify those based on the factors, and these factors are geographical locations or commercial factors. Now, geographically, if I say, it is closer to the raw material. So as I already gave the case of coal and iron, you'll have iron and steel industries, heavy industries close to the areas where iron and coal are found. Water has to be in abundant. Now, for example, the jute mills of Hooghly get water from the Hooghly river. Similarly, they get the raw material jute from the Ganga and its vicinity. Similarly, if we talk about energy, that's again really required. So to have energy, it could be either through the hydroelectric power plants or the thermal power plant, but definitely to run an industry, energy or power is required in some sort. Then is transportation. Let's say there is an industry, but there is no approach road to industry. What would happen? The production that's going in the industry, even if you are trying to supply that production to the market, either it would take a lot of time or it would increase your transportation cost, right? So if the roads network are good, it is a metal road and the approach road is good, it has proximity to ports, to shipments, then definitely that industry has better chances of growth. The next is labor. When you have industries, you require labor, and the flow of labor in an area is again important, and moreover skilled labor. For example, if we say glass work in Firozabad, it requires a skilled labor. Brass work in Muradabad, similarly utensil work in Yamuna, silk in Varanasi, or I can say carpet in Mirzapur. So these are some classic examples where we say skilled labor is required. So skilling and upskilling of labor is again an important requisite. Then is market. Even if there is lot of production and the supply demand curve is not appropriate, there is no equilibrium being reached, there is no point producing it, because the industries can sustain only if the product which is produced has a market demand. Unless and until that happens, there would be stocks piling up and the industry could face foreclosure.